A very good evening and thanks for joining us on News 360 tonight. It is live from our news hub here at Adesawe Kanda in Accra. My name is Aisha Yakubu Hali.
And mine is Roland Walker. Now let's bring you our top stories for this evening.
360 Headlines is brought to you by Deluxy Acrylic Paint, Heaven Insecticide Spray and Coil,
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste,
and Apart Foods.
My Life Insurance.
Ghanaians being selective on which brand of vaccines to take at vaccination centers identified as one of the causes of the high number of unvaccinated individuals in the country.
I want to tell you how the member of the Defense and Interior Committee of Parliament, Peter Nonchali-Tobu, wants 50% refund to applicants who failed to go through the recruitment processes for security services currently ongoing.
Also coming up, the Wager Divisional Police arrest 2 persons for blocking the entrance to the China Mall at Wager with rocks.
Meanwhile, the executive chairman for the Just One Group of companies is calling for an end to the rhetoric on local entrepreneurship and industrialization.
On the international front, 2 people were shot dead as thousands of people staged protests across Sudan against Monday's military coup, demanding a return to a civilian-led government.
So we have the details of these, including the latest in entertainment and sports. We'll also bring you the latest result from across the country and also other leagues across the world. But you can also watch us live through 3news.com, TV3 Ghana on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube, and then also through the DSTV channel 279.
Let's settle for the details now. And the habit of Ghanaians being selective in which brand of vaccines to take at COVID-19 vaccine centers has been identified as one of the causes of the high number of unvaccinated individuals in the country. The manager expanded program on immunization of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Kwame Amposachiano, is entreating all eligible persons to go for the vaccines as he assures equal potency levels of all vaccines being administered.
AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna and Pfizer are all vaccines approved by the FDA for use in the country. While there is a high hesitancy for the vaccines at centers, the refusal of some persons to take vaccines that are not their preferred options at the centers is another concern to the Ghana Health Service. Only 4.3% of the initial target of the country's total population has been fully vaccinated.
If you look at the number of people who come demanding for particular vaccines, it's as if they are almost equal. You have a group of people coming for a particular vaccine, then another group will come, we want this, another group will come, we want that one. Isn't it strange? If all were coming for a particular vaccine, then you may think that, oh, okay, maybe they've read something, but they come, all these different vaccines that we have, they come asking. Sputnik, I remember when we were doing it, and then we were doing AstraZeneca as well. They came and said, no, it's Sputnik we want. We don't want AstraZeneca. Then when Sputnik is made available to others, they say, it is AstraZeneca we want. I mean, the point is that all the vaccines have passed a certain threshold. They are equally good. That whatever is made available to you is good. Otherwise, it won't even pass emergency use by FDA.
According to Dr. Achianu, the issue has compelled the service to reject offers of vaccines whose shelf life are shorter.
We've also had some offers of some vaccines, but looking at the shelf life, we are not very comfortable. So if I talk about shelf life, if it's close to expiry and you add on, you may have difficulty deploying. So we are also a bit, looking at all that. We could have had more. But, it's not just, it's a tough one.
Meanwhile, 12 regional health directorates, 5 teaching hospitals, 10 regional hospitals, 2 quasi-government hospitals and 1 private hospital will all receive ultra-low temperature freezers to store vaccines. Now, this follows Ghana's receipt of some 30 ultra-low temperature freezers from the Japanese government and also UNICEF to strengthen the country's COVID-19 immunization cold chain systems.
The freezers were handed over to the Ministry of Health and the Ghana Health Service. It is to support the immunization cold chain system as the country continues to receive additional COVID-19 vaccines that require ultra-low temperature conditions. In the next 3 weeks, according to the Ghana Health Service, the country will be receiving some 7 million doses of more vaccines. UNICEF representative in Ghana, Anne-Claire Duffy, said with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, there is need for the country's health system to be more resilient to public health and clinical emergencies.
I'd like to remind everyone that it's very important to be immunized so that you protect yourself and your loved ones from the virus.
The Chief Director at the Ministry of Health, Kwabena Bwedu Oku Afari, was thankful to the country's development partners for their commitment towards supporting government's efforts at fighting the pandemic.
These freezers will enable us to access ultra-low temperature vaccines that will be donated or that will be bought. And let me also indicate that it is not only the COVID-19 vaccines that will benefit, but all other vaccines that require ultra-low temperatures.
Away from vaccine-related stories, the Health Service Workers Union has directed its striking members to immediately suspend its action and resume work. According to the union, government, through the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, has called the leadership to the negotiation table to resolve its grievances. The leadership of the union has charged its members to remain resolute and wait on the leadership to finalize negotiations with government. Now, General Secretary of the union, Franklin Owusu-Ansah, spoke exclusively to TV3.
Decided to suspend the industrial action, not because someone is intimidating you and us, or someone is coercing us, but because we have listened to the cry of the good people of Ghana. There is time for everything. And as government team has shown some goodwill and called on us to negotiate in good faith, there is the need for the union also to reciprocate and suspend this industrial action. It is our fervent hope that every agreement reached will be implemented to the letter. We are, on this note, using this medium to inform all our cherished members to return to work and discharge their duties accordingly with immediate effect.
Now, still on health, 8 persons have died from a suspected yellow fever outbreak in the Savannah region. Though not fully confirmed, the health service believes the 8 died from yellow fever while they were awaiting confirmation from the lab. The Ghana Health Service is asking persons within the region to also seek urgent medical attention when they show signs of any fever.
And now more health workers in the Ashanti region are reportedly seeking mental health care as a result of the stress of treating COVID-19 patients. Head of the psychiatric unit at the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital says some of the health workers are abusing alcohol and drugs to ward off the stress of COVID-19. Here's a report by Beatrice Pugabra.
The outbreak of COVID-19 in Ghana in March last year brought untold socioeconomic hardships on Ghanaians. Among professionals who were at the forefront in the fight against the pandemic were health workers who were considered frontliners. In Ashanti region, a total of 1,819 health workers were infected with the virus, out of which 3 died. Although active cases have seen some decline over the weeks, the state of the mental health of health workers in the region is a source of worry. Dr. Paul Omojuni touched on how stress affects the quality of healthcare services they give to patients.
Very often we forget about mental health. But that's unfortunate, because if there's no mental health, then you're not healthy. So it's very important to integrate this into whatever care package is there. Provide the avenue for mental health care and create a mental health friendly environment. And this goes to not only the health institutions, but all institutions, because it's actually been shown that if you institute measures to take care of the mental health of your staff, it boosts productivity.
Head of the Kofu Anochi Teaching Hospital Psychiatric Unit, Dr. Ruth Owusu Entry, disclosed more health workers are seeking mental health care due to the stress of attending to COVID-19 patients.
Not be able to give statistics or exact figures, but we have had to cater for a lot of health workers in terms of anxiety disorders, depression, substance use disorders, because of the stress that COVID has brought. Because by the nature of our work, we are at risk, and so people have been afraid, and they cope with wrong techniques or with wrong mechanisms. Sometimes some of them get into taking alcohol excessively. Some of them are struggling to sleep because of the fear. They resort to diazepam, sometimes pethidine, and before you realize, you are addicted to it.
Deputy Director of the Ghana Health Service in Ashanti region, Dr. Michael Roxinejay, admitted the effect of COVID-19 on health workers in the region.
Already instituted mental health as part of what we do, where we need to probably do some counseling. Some may even need some professional services, like referring them to the psychiatrist and whatnot. Those systems are there, but it became more emphasized in the pandemic, or we realized that now the tool is higher.
He, however, insists health workers should admit they have a mental health care challenge and seek help as they continue to care for COVID-19 patients. Beatrice Spiogabra.
Away from health, the Member of Parliament, as well as a member for the Defence and Interior Committee of Parliament, Peter Tobu Yenchele, is advocating a 50% refund to applicants who fail to go through the recruitment processes for the various security services. Concerns so far have been raised about fees being charged unemployed persons seeking employment into the various security institutions. The retired Superintendent of Police tells TV3, young people must not be burdened further.
I have said many times that we seem to be drifting towards administrative exploitation and abuse, in the sense that if you have 20,000 people applying and you know that you're going to just take 500 people, right? At a particular stage during the screening, you can actually refund at least 50% of the cost to the young people. These are young people who do not have jobs. These are young people who are so frustrated. These are young people that the nation should have put them on a pedestal to be solid. The nation has failed them. And the nation that has failed them is the same nation that is demanding money from them. I think it is unfair, and refunding a percentage of the money is something I will go for.
He wants the security agencies to use technology to improve on their recruitment processes.
We need to do more in terms of using technology to lessen the frustration of the young people. I'm sure that with technology you'll be able to say, if you decide that you can handle 300 people a day at a particular recruitment center, and you have 3,000 people, you can do that in 10 days. Relax and do it in 10 days, and the applicants will have some level of dignity, and the system will be so humane that you will not have people standing in the sun. Sometimes we say that, oh, you know, you should have a feel of what it takes like. That feel of what it takes like, if the person doesn't go through, the person begins to hate the system. Please, at the recruitment stage, let's paint a very good picture.
Meanwhile, the Ashanti Regional Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Prison Service, DSP Richard Bukari, has justified the high requirements in the recruitment process for the various security agencies. He told my colleague Ibrahim Abubakar the requirement is significant for the operational and other professional needs.
Take, for instance, the height. Should you be below a certain height, you'll be disqualified. People challenged it and are still challenging it. But for me, I think in the wisdom of the drafters of the requirement, it is very important. Take, for instance, even our sentries, where we mount the guards. The sentry has been built to a certain height. And should your height fall below the sentry, it means when even in the sentry, you will not be seen outside. But should your height be of the prison standard, even in the sentry, you can see outside up to a certain length in case there's something bad going on. It's quite a difficult process to accept that you are not of the height or whatever. But genuinely, we wouldn't lower the standards unless maybe some legal amendments or clarifications are made. But as it stands now, the required height is a compulsory requirement and we wouldn't lower it.
On crime, the Weija Divisional Police have arrested 2 persons for blocking the entrance to the China Mall at Weija with rocks. The 2 were arrested today.
The incident reportedly occurred around 2 a.m. on Saturday. According to the Weija police, there was a distress call from the security men at the China Mall that some persons were tipping off rocks at the entrance to the China Mall located behind the West Hills Mall. A police deployment to the scene noticed that the entrance of the mall was indeed blocked with rocks. The police also noticed 2 persons at the scene who immediately took to their heels upon seeing the police. The suspects were giving a hot chase leading to the arrest and were sent to the Weija Divisional Police Command for questioning. The 2 suspects, James Mensah, a facility manager at West Hills Mall, and Samuel Anum Ajay, a contractor, admitted to the offence in their caution statement. Preliminary police investigation suggests that the West Hills Mall is in stiff competition with the China Mall. All 2 suspects are presently in police custody assisting with investigations. Meanwhile, the rocks have been removed from the China Mall entrance to allow for the free flow of traffic.
We'll bring you more on this particular story in subsequent bulletins, but the confirmation exercise for Dwabeng MCE nominee has been postponed after agitation from some assembly members over tight police-military presence at the voting center. The assembly members described as intimidating the security presence.
It was a tense atmosphere when assembly members met at Dwabeng Circuit Court to participate in the confirmation process of the Dwabeng MCE nominee. Armed police and military were deployed to man the exercise, but the military later left the scene. The nominee, Alexander Safokantanka, was hoping to be confirmed after failing to secure 2/3 of the votes at his first attempt. The 6 out of the 26 votes he garnered in the first election meant the president had to renominate him. But the second confirmation exercise slated to take place on Friday, October 29, was riddled with confusion following the decision by some 20 assembly members not to be part.
Look at us, unarmed. Just a confirmation of a nominee, confirmation of a nominee, not general elections. And you call 40 police and 50 armed military men? This is uncalled for. This is undemocratic. And we cannot risk our lives and go to the center to vote. We are not going to take part in any elections.
The aggrieved members presented to the Electoral Commission copy of a letter signed by the presiding member calling for the postponement of the confirmation exercise. After unsuccessful attempt to conduct the election with the remaining 6 members, an agreement was reached for the election to be held at a favorable date. Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3 News, Joabin, Ashanti region.
Now let's look at this topical issue, and it's about the ban on motorized tricycles, popularly known as aboboya, on highways in Accra, especially the Accra-Tema motorway, which will seek to enhance road safety. But beyond that, the survival of riders and operators in the informal waste collection business is under threat. On assignment to be aired on Tuesday, November 2, we explore the nuisance, the usefulness, and the impact of the ban and the fate of these riders.
Effective 1st November 2021, no motorized tricycle, otherwise known as aboboya, should ply the motorway.
The minority in Parliament describes this as unconstitutional.
There's no law in this country that gives power to a regional minister to determine which vehicles drive on which roads.
But hope is not lost. Legal practitioner Justice Abdullah advises riders and operators can take the regional minister on over the directive.
If you intend taking away a person's substantive rights granted under the law, you would have to amend the substantive law.
Beyond the divergent views, the affected want a reverse of the ban, else they'll be pushed out of business.
We can't get way to pass again because around Accra town, no dumping site. If not Tema and Sawam, Kaswa, if it's only that place, and that too is highway and motorway. So we don't know where to do again.
But what do those who patronize their services say?
The way and manner they handle the rubbish wasn't good. They have to get something to cover the whole thing so that when maybe they are going, it won't fly on the road.
I can see for no bahano. Omo ntamba. Nti omo register crime say microphone chrome JJ. Nti when man ya omo be sisa ballers no area.
The debate is on. Should the ban take effect? We are here to update and inform you.
Don't forget the full documentary by George Queenie airs on Tuesday, November 2, right here on TV3 on the assignment. Now, residents of Apenkwa in the eastern region are demanding the immediate fixing of the Koforidua-Apenkwa Road. The pothole-ridden road is taking a toll on economic activities in the area and inconveniencing road users.
Hundreds of road users to and from Apenkwa have to endure maneuvering incessant potholes at continuous journey to join the regional capital, Koforidua. A journey of about 5 minutes now take almost 40 minutes. The 1.8-kilometer road from Bank Manager to Apenkwa further deteriorated as a result of recent rains. Portions have been eroded and residents had to fill sacks with sand to fill those portions. Residents want the road fixed. To them, a right to vote also means a right to social amenities.
It's very bad because some of us, we stay at a very far place and you can't take car and you pay almost 3 cedis and you get down here and then walk to that place.
In so to I can't even faso. A quaning in our say, Ties Rabbi, so only a mobile. Drivers
say the cost of maintenance was becoming unbearable from the frequent breakdown.
Everywhere you pass potholes, and it has been damaging our vehicles. These days, buying the spare parts are very, very expensive. So we are appealing to whoever is in charge to come to our aid.
It's really giving us more headache. Every time we are in the mechanic shop doing services, even after 6 o'clock when you are coming here, drivers don't want to come, and this is causing more harm than good to us.
For traders like Evelyn Owusu, the bumpy ride was a health concern.
The traders there, we are suffering. If you sit in the car in the morning, if you don't eat, I beg God, how your stomach will go up and down. If you come, then something is making you. So we are pleading the elders, the people. Oh, Nana, please, we are begging you, come and do something for us.
The deplorable nature of the road is robbing residents of their livelihood.
Meanwhile, the poor nature of the Dowenya-Afienya to Dodowa road network is also affecting socio-economic activities of residents. Drivers and commuters maintain they spend up to 2 hours of travel time daily instead of the normal 25 minutes expected. Joseph Armstrong Alogbe has more.
The drivers maneuver from one pothole to the other pothole in order to get their passengers to their destination safely by the day. They ply on the bumpy road, putting their lives and that of their passengers and other road users at risk. The drivers in 2020 refused to ply the road, but now have no option than to use the roads for their survival.
From here to the market is 15 cities. So if it rains and then they don't want to go, they can decide to take 40 or 50 cities. And then manage to send you there. And you can look at it, the difference. 15 cities as to 50 cities, 35 cities difference.
When we close, we can't even sleep at the night because of the nature of the road.
When you talk of port, these are not potholes. In fact, very, very big ones from Mobile to Dowenya, very bad more than even from here to Mobile.
Not only do the cars have difficulty, trucks on the stretch were equally affected. While commercial drivers are reluctant to use the stretch, Okada and tricycle riders are fast cashing in. Some drivers say the situation, which has persisted for years, has worsened during the rainy season. Close by the roadside is this mechanic workshop to take care of some of the repair needs of drivers. The Dowenya, Afienya, through to the Dodowa roads are becoming more like a death trap for road users. The residents, just like this driver, can only complain. The road has gone from bad to worse. And the residents are appealing to the government to come and fix this road for them. The Roads and Highways Minister says this road was going to be completed before the year election 2020. But the road is yet to be attended to. So boss, why won't you let me finish my talk? Why are you so angry?
The road is very bad, master. Since morning, look at my shop. It's leaking. Bad road. Look at, see my friend. See my friend. Look at. He can't come. He can't come. It's locked. Why? And here are some man. You see, he can't come. Bad.
Joseph Armstrong, go to TV3. Dowenya, Afienya.
Well, residents of Ashie in the Adenta municipality are also asking for immediate repairs of a bridge that is gradually losing its support due to erosion. Residents describe the bridge as a death trap.
Residents say the bridge has been damaged for the past 5 years and authorities have failed to heed their calls for it to be fixed. It links the Ashie township to some surrounding communities like Ashaiman, Apollonia, Katamanso and Boche, among others. The bridge has become dangerous to use as soil around its support has been washed away. The residents say they have appealed to the Adenta Municipal Assembly on many occasions to no avail. Gravels have been dumped across the road leading to the bridge, further blocking access.
The school children cannot pass to their school. Workers from the other side cannot use this road to their work. We are suffering, and what we are saying right now is we need to fix this culvert immediately.
Our plea is that we want the government to speed up with their promise that they give to us, because if they are saying that they are going to work and they are not giving us timeline, that which means that we will not able to know when they are coming to work on it. So our issue is that they should speed up the project.
We are sitting on time bomb, because if this dam should break, it will wash away our community, including other communities.
A call on the National Disaster Management Organization boss at the Adenta municipality, Humphrey Ankama, revealed the bridge has been given on contract and the contractor will soon move to site. Notwithstanding, there is a dam which overflows its boundaries into the community anytime it rains, leading to loss of properties.
When it rains and it overflows, going to school of the children is a problem. And even when you are outside and coming home too is a problem. Sometimes you have to wait till it goes down before you enter.
The resident association have deposited gravels at the banks of the dam, and still the situation prevails.
Well, quite a very appalling situation
very,
there. And there are many roads that residents in various communities across the country have contacted us to take a look at. We'll try as much as possible within the next news week and get more updates for you on them. Very necessary. It includes the roads leading to your house and mine as well. Yeah, definitely. The Ajekwejo, Santor, and Ashalibotre Road. You're watching us live on News 360. We'll bring you more stories right after the break. Please stay with us.
Smiles are one of our most precious gifts. The problem is 1 in 2 people suffer from cavities. That's why hundreds of dentists like myself work together with Pepsodent to teach families in Ghana to brush day and night. Remember, your smile is the most important reason to brush day and night. Pepsodent, because every smile matters.
I'm going to interview Zuzum right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
Akrobetu, I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistakes. Stop!
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint champion.
I see a safer future. I see how every citizen can have access to basic health care. Others may see a healthcare entrepreneur, but I see myself as Ghana's frontline, keeping the nation safe. I am Rosalind Ahim, owner of My Dream Plus Limited.
I love football. Football can be a dirty game, on or off the pitch. Even when I'm trying to score at a party, stains find a way of tracking me down. But I don't worry at all, because I have Cleansoft. Use new Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, a unique formula with active ingredients and enzymes that gets rid of all stubborn stains and leaves your clothes smelling wonderful.
Cleansoft, my favorite.
Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, clean all.
Pepsodent Nature Essentials, charcoal, and lemon essence restores natural white teeth, herbal extract for strong teeth and healthy gums, antibacterial toothpaste that protects you and your family, because every smile matters.
Hey, Charlie, what number? The malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and your fufu. But I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for effective treatment of malaria.
Great to have you back. Thank you. No problem.
Malatu is suitable for adults and children. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome back. 8-year-old Kwabena Aseda Chumesi is in dire need of financial support to undergo a bone marrow stem cell transplant in India. Diagnosed of cerebral palsy, his mobility has since been impaired. His parents are appealing to the public to help pay for their son's treatment.
8-year-old Aseda has a medical condition known as cerebral palsy, which has impaired his mobility since his infancy. Cerebral palsy is a condition marked by impaired muscle coordination caused by damage to the brain before or at birth. Since birth, he has been receiving treatment at the Fiankwanta Regional Hospital, but medical investigation have prescribed a surgery in India to restore his health. This will involve stem cell therapy to treat his condition. The amount needed is $17,000, an amount his parents cannot afford.
Ontumi enya amwabia emfri babia nti ana ese yababu Ghana for near to trust some way.
Pleading on all Ghanaians to help us raise the $17,000 to help us conduct the surgery.
Na yentimi raise iska kakra na yemfa bofren to anamo anko India ne nkonko standard.
Yebese do bia boboyan oboweti bia akobna womi no bobon makobna suwe tun wa shara nanto abakanyi mpa ho ese ne bebre wona adwena anye dey onyenyi mpa ti eyi na yerse de wobekwaye no.
Kindly send your donations to TV3 Network Limited, mobile money number 024-2261-550, reference ASIDA. You can also bring your donation personally to TV3. No amount is too small.
If you're touched by Commoners' plea, you can direct all your donations here to TV3 as well. Away from that, panelists on TV3 and 3FM's current affairs program, Key Points, have backed the directive by Parliament for the 499 law school students who are said to have failed the entrance exams to be admitted into the school. The Member of Parliament for Wild West, Peter Tobu, noted it is unfair for the General Legal Counsel to deny the applicants what is due them.
Parliament has directed the General Legal Counsel to admit the 499 students denied admission into the Ghana School of Law, despite making the 50% pass mark after a motion was filed by the Deputy Majority Leader, Alexander Penyo-Markins. The resolution was directed at the Minister of Justice and Attorney General and the General Legal Counsel to the effect that the students should be admitted. Speaking on key points, Member of Parliament for Wild West, Peter Tobu, said the directive must not be contended.
The Attorney General, who is a member of the Ghana Legal Council, is actually responsible to Parliament. Parliament is playing its oversight role. So the Speaker actually directed the Attorney General to see to it that the motion that was carried in Parliament is actually respected by the Ghana Legal Council. If he doesn't, for being the Minister of Justice, Parliament has the right to invite him before the House to explain to us why they violated the directive from Parliament.
Former Managing Director of the National Investment Bank, Alfred Thompson, wants the Chief Justice to take interest in the directive.
As a growing population, we need to plan for the next 10, 20, 30 years. And if you are limiting people now, and it gets to that time, and there's a mad rush that people should now go to the law school. You are now forcing people to go to the law school. What happens? Kudos to Parliament. I implore the Chief Justice to take this as a mantle, that if even he's not leaving any mark at all, this should be something he's leaving behind. That he, under his jurisdiction, he was the one who championed and made sure that more people are being taken on the legal profession.
Executive Director of the Center for Democratic Development Ghana, Professor Henry Kwesi Prempeh, underscored the need for the General Legal Counsel to review its policies.
History, how we came by this Makola scheme and all of that, it is really long overdue. We need to look at this whole arrangement again and reform it, drastically reform legal education in Ghana. The way we're doing it is just not fit for purpose. And it falls within the remit of the Attorney General to initiate the necessary steps to get that done. Otherwise, I think members of Parliament, 1 member, 2, 3, there's a bipartisan, it appears there's a bipartisan coalition or consensus around this issue. They should be able to initiate a private member's bill to get this matter resolved.
Former Managing Director for the National Investment Bank, Alfred Thompson, is also urging beneficiaries of the Nation Builders Corps NABCO program who did not get employment to use the experience acquired to seek jobs elsewhere in the private sector. The NABCO program is expected to end tomorrow, as Sunday, November 1. According to him, it will be unacceptable for all trainees to rely on government for jobs.
Now it's coming to an end. As I said, some people will be incorporated into the system, some will not. Those who are not, there's this other NEIP that we are doing. We are going to incorporate or going to give a lot of people, individuals, funding to start their own businesses, have their training and everything. I believe that some can apply and start a business on their own. That is something that is going to help them build up their capacity and also be their own business persons, because they've had the experience of working with someone. They are going to have the experience of starting their own businesses. They are going to be trained on how to manage, how to operate and do everything for your business to succeed. You have to be smart, you have to be fast, and because there are a lot of people and there's a lot of backlog that we came to meet that people didn't get or didn't have employment. So you should know that definitely the numbers will be swelling, because we've moved from within 10 years from 25 million to over 30 million population. So definitely there will be more people who are out there who also need jobs. So they have to be smart, they have to work, and they have to seek. If you can't do that, or if you can't get the job, look at others. Don't be disillusioned. Don't be heartbroken. There are opportunities coming up. Immediately you see that there's a factory coming up here, or the hospital being built here, or there's a school being built here. You can apply. You can go and be a trainee somewhere. Maybe your starting salary at a place that you are going could be low, but at the end of the day, you know that you are working towards a brighter future. So you start with a lower salary and move on quickly with the experience into a bigger field.
The executive chairman.
Now, the
executive chairman for the Jospon Group of Companies, Joseph Siawe Japan, has called for an end to the rhetorics on local entrepreneurship and industrialization. The businessman chastised successive governments over the failure and disinterest of local investment, demanding a paradigm shift to promote growth.
I humbly want to talk about the support for local entrepreneurship, our products. This country belongs to us, and the patronization of an investment by a local entrepreneur is very essential. When we started Made in Ghana goods, one of the material that printers were producing, we named it Agua Yankee, and the next day it died off. So anything that local is being done or manufactured here, the patronization becomes very, very low, and the support then becomes very difficult.
Stay with us right here on News 360, the sports, right after the break.
Smiles are one of our most precious gifts. The problem is 1 in 2 people suffer from cavities. That's why hundreds of dentists like myself work together with Pepsodent to teach families in Ghana to brush day and night. Remember, your smile is the most important reason to brush day and night. Pepsodent, because every smile matters.
UMB was established in 1972 as the premier bank for the corporate and private sector in Ghana. From our very beginning, as the only Ghanaian bank serving all categories of businesses, we set a standard for excellence and innovation over the past 45 years. We've built a financially healthy and strong bank, demonstrated our commitment to our customers and to growing businesses, and exhibited originality and innovation at every turn. At UMB, our focus is built around people, service, products and technology. These are the key to our present success and our future triumphs. At UMB, we're poised to make a difference not only with our customers, but also in the banking industry. We invite you to share in our future. Our future starts now with you.
The groom is sick.
What?
Malaria.
Malaria. Look
Lufat. Lufat.
Injija wohoma malaria enka won to them. Lufat, a malaria drop a.
And now you may kiss the bride.
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center. And I Lufat. Lufat, a 2 malaria sententem. FDA, Ashasa, a Jedi Kratway Ajatum say a ye.
Pepsodent Nature Essentials, charcoal, and lemon essence restores natural white tea, herbal extract for strong teeth and healthy gums, antibacterial toothpaste that protects you and your family, because every smile matters.
Let's be it now.
Yes. Wow. At 72, I still receive salary alerts because I made the best decision to invest a lump sum into the retirement salary.
Invest a lump sum today in the Old Mutual Retirement Salary and enjoy guaranteed monthly income for life, funeral cover, and the option of signing on with a spouse. Please call Old Mutual today, 050-453-4333.
Me feel ahotonkwa.
Old Mutual, 176 years of doing great things.
Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG.
It's time for sports on News 360. I am Aniela Alute. A stitch in time by the Porcupine Warriors to grant Prosper Nate Ogum his first fabulous win. It was a riveting second half between Dreams and Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the Accra Sports Stadium. Now, despite taking the lead in the 64th minute through Fatao Isahaku, Dreams FC were stunned by Kumasi Asante Kotoko's 3 goals in the final minutes of the game.
Christopher Nete, who goes with a left-footed drive. Great save from Agbesiek. He's exhibited some quality. Brilliant play from the under-20 gold winner. This is magical. Dreams up by 1-0, and Boachi cannot help but applaud the effort from Fatawi Sahaku.
What an incredible piece of goal. It's
very skillful. He sets Mudasiru up. Mudasiru! Kotoko grabs the equalizer on 85 minutes. Asma's delivery. Here is Opon! And what a dream debut for Isaac Opon. He has handed Kotoko the lead, and Prosper Nete joins in the celebration. This is amazing. Asante Kotoko from a goal down, lead by 2-1 here. Now here is Dixon of Fuakwa. Now it is Opon, goes back to Lamte with a drive, and it's a 10 goal. Asante Kotoko up by 3-1. Debut goal for Richmond Lamte, and this is an absolute beauty. Kotoko up by 3-1 against Dreams.
Away from home, but elated nonetheless, fans of Kumasi Asante Kotoko could not be silenced at the Accra Sports Stadium following their club's first victory of the season.
First half, we were doing our best, but luck wasn't on our side. You saw the subs that they put it, and everything was okay for us. So we are very impressed with our game today.
We can only credit this win to the coach and the technical team as well. Look at the players, look at the changes he made. Going forward, everything looks bright. This is our first game. A new group of players. We can mention the Ganiu and the Mudasiru as the only players who survived last season. So we have a lot of players coming in, and so the future looks bright.
In the first half, we played so well, but then we were not creating the chances. But the second half, we made tactical changes, which resulted in our win. So we know that going forward, everything will be okay for us.
Can Asante Kotoko win the Ghana Premier? Absolutely. So last season we played all our games on our away territory. We never played any game in Nabayara. Now that we are going there, I want to tell them, they were saying, they said, Aham Pony or Safe Crew. We are winning the league.
Sunday, maybe
yes, we are winning the league.
Against Beijing, we are beating them 5-0. Yes.
The 2021-2022 Ghana Premier League season started off to a 1-1 draw on Friday between Accra Lions and Elmina Sharks. Then on Saturday, Kumasi Asante Kotoko's late goals against Dreams did just the trick for their first victory. Now on Sunday, it promises to be equally exciting as new entrants Real Tamale United take on Accra Great Olympics, as well as newly promoted Bibiani Gold Stars going up against Brekum Chelsea. Elsewhere, Ghana Premier League champions Accra Hearts of Oak begin their season with Legon Cities. On to the English Premier League, Pep Guardiola will be left wondering where he went wrong in today's fixture as Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace stunned Manchester City with a 2-0 triumph at the Etihad Stadium.
Salah.
This is for the boys with passion for the game. This for the I Go Pay Tomorrow fan. This is the Money No Be Problem fan. And this is the We Go Score You Tomorrow fan. Enjoy your game today with Bet of Africa, an online sport betting experience that gives you the chance to turn your game and play predictions to win. Bet of Africa Day everywhere. Your corner, your ring, your center circle, your goal post, your pocket.
Pepsodent Nature Essentials, charcoal, and lemon essence restores natural white teeth, herbal extract for strong teeth and healthy gums, antibacterial toothpaste that protects you and your family, because every smile matters.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Puma Drinks.
In entertainment news this evening, music duo Dope Nation have held a listening session for their yet-to-be-released maiden album titled Attack, meaning twins. The 12-track album comes with songs like Transpo, CEO, Mind Your Business, and is expected to be released officially on November 12.
The listening session had in attendance industry influencers including top television and radio personalities. Fellow musicians Famie, Mr. Drew, among others, were also on hand to show support.
And I must say, they are an amazing talent, and I wish them nothing but the best. And it's all about Ghana music, you understand? Pushing Ghana music to the world. So if it's about Ghana music, I'm here. It's all about unity, love, and peace. Silly.
Attack is Dope Nation's foremost album 5 years into the music business. The 13-track album features acts such as Shatta Wale, King Ayisuba, and EL.
The album would never be an album if EL is not present in it, because EL is more like a godfather to us and a block, you know, in our source of music, Dope Nation, the brand itself. So we decided to do a song with him, and it's titled Mapafai.
The album, which chronicles the musical journey of Dope Nation, is expected to be released officially on November 12th.
It's been a journey for us. We've been learning and at the same time practicing. And we are going to say 5 years, so far so good. We are confident enough to bring out a 13-track album, which will be coming on the 12th of November. It will be out there, so we urge all our fans to go live on Boomplay. It's going to be available there, so you can stream the music.
Now, Ghana's most beautiful 2020 winner, Nade Deboche, has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ghana Library Board to renovate the closed-down Dawotrim School Library in the Upper Manya Krobo district. Now, the move is to enhance literacy among pupils in the school and its environs.
The Nade Deboche Foundation, per the Memorandum of Understanding signed with the Eastern Regional Authority of Ghana Library, would renovate the library building at a cost of 80,000 cedis. It would also be stocked with new reading materials. She was confident the project would improve literacy, that improve on academic performance of pupils.
We've been in discussions with the Ghana Library Authority, but of course this will be our first project together, being the Dawotrim Library renovation. But of course, there is also the Apollonia Library building, and then more will continue. And so this is what the NDB Foundation has been up to. We are hoping that in the future we can, reach out to more people in terms of partnerships and also be able to affect more lives. And within the shortest possible time, we will finish with the Dawotrim Library renovation.
The Eastern Regional Director of Ghana Library Authority, Evans Koleti Tene, said the project is aligned with his Outfit's 2021 goal to eliminate learning poverty through access to more public libraries.
And one of the targets is to increase our footprints. That is to say, to increase the number of libraries that we have across the country. To be specific, across the region. And Ghana Library Authority cannot do this alone, but we will need a partnership of individuals, corporate institutions, philanthropists, and everyone out there.
Thousands of people have been staging protests across Sudan against Monday's military coup, demanding a return to a civilian-led government. Demonstrators in the capital, Khartoum, and other cities say ousted Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok must be immediately reinstated. 2 people were shot dead by the security forces in Khartoum's twin city of Omdurman, medics say. Coup leader General Abdel Fattah Burhan said dissolves military rule and arrests political leaders. The military takeover has drawn widespread condemnation. On Saturday, demonstrators in Khartoum were seen marching with Sudanese flags and chanting "No to military rule." The military has so far made no public comments on the issue. At least 10 protesters were reportedly killed in clashes with the security forces beginning of the week.
Well, that'll be it for News 360. Get more updates. We're talking about 3news.com and also on our socials through TV3 Ghana. That'll be it for now. My name is Roland Walker.
And I'm Aisha Yakubu Khalid. Enjoy the rest of our programs and have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
One app that lets you chat, call, read, play, pay, and listen to music. Enjoy Ayoba with MTN. Download Ayoba now.
Break these chains on my wrist. Set me free, set me free. This battle must be fought. Courageous like our forefathers. Beba. Call our ancestors to fight with us. This is the war we have to win. Yeah, yeah. Awa we do. Agua banayafi. Awa we do. Agua banayafi. We are kings and queens in a motherland, oppressed and abused in a white man's land. Nowhere is like home. Know that if you from Ghana to Senegal, no matter where they took you, remember the way back home and never forget we are one. Awa wetu, agua banayafi. Awa wetu, agua banayafi.
Alomo Bitters, authentically African.
Drink responsibly. Not for sale to persons under 18 years of age. Not recommended for pregnant women.
This advert is FDA approved.
We were totally crushed when our child was diagnosed with cancer.
We knew we just couldn't afford the treatment. And then you came to our rescue through the Camel antiseptic liquid because we care initiative.
Join us again to fight childhood cancer. All you have to do is to buy Camel antiseptic liquid.